Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the craziest secrets and forgotten details about your favorite shows. And today, we're diving into something absolutely unbelievable, a hidden Marvel connection inside Modern Family that almost nobody noticed. Yes, a Marvel star with not one, but two Oscar nominations once appeared on Modern Family, and chances are you totally forgot about it. So buckle up, because this story is about to blow your mind. Modern Family ran for 11 incredible seasons, filled with hilarious storylines, lovable characters, and iconic guest stars. But what many fans don't realize is that one of those guest stars would later become one of Hollywood's biggest names, and a major player in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The cameo we're talking about is none other than Edward Norton. Yep, the Incredible Hulk himself now. Let's rewind to Season 1, Episode 8, Great Expectations. In that episode, Phil and Claire decide to throw a surprise anniversary party for Jay and Gloria. And for the big event, Claire hires a famous musician to perform. Or at least she thinks she does. That's when we meet Edward Norton playing a hilarious fake British musician named Izzy LaFontaine, the fictional bassist of the band Spandau Ballet. The best part? Norton completely disappears into this ridiculous role. He wears a fake accent, tight pants, and performs this awkward 80s rock star persona that's so over the top you can't even recognize him at first glance. When you realize it's Edward Norton, the guy from Fight Club and the Incredible Hulk, it feels absolutely surreal. This was before the MCU became the massive universe it is today, and Norton's cameo feels like this hidden gem that modern fans rediscover and freak out about years later. Remember, Norton had already been nominated for 2 Oscars at that time, one for Primal Fear and another for American History X. So seeing him in this goofy sitcom cameo is both hilarious and shocking. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Edward Norton's cameo wasn't just random. The show's creators, Christopher Lloyd and Stephen Levitan, were huge fans of his work, and when they reached out, Norton apparently loved the idea of doing something light and unexpected. In an interview years later, one of the producers said Norton was so game for comedy and totally committed to being ridiculous. And that's exactly what makes this cameo unforgettable. When Izzy LaFontaine performs for Jay and Gloria, the scene becomes this perfectly awkward moment that captures everything Modern Family does best: chaos, heart, and humor. Gloria tries to be polite, Jay is completely confused, and Phil is just trying to make sure everything doesn't fall apart. It's such a classic Dunphy-Pritchett disaster that what's even funnier is that Norton's cameo came out of nowhere. He wasn't promoting a movie, there was no special crossover, it was just this random, fun guest spot that somehow aged into one of the show's coolest Easter eggs, and fans have been rediscovering it recently, especially with all the Marvel nostalgia going around. People are rewatching Modern Family and suddenly realizing, wait, that's the Hulk pretending to be a fake British bassist. The reactions online have been priceless: memes, edits, and tweets all celebrating how Modern Family low-key pulled off one of the most surprising cameos ever. Now, if you think about it, this cameo says a lot about why Modern Family worked so well. The show never relied on fame to make something funny. Instead, it used famous faces in completely unexpected ways. Edward Norton didn't come in to be Edward Norton the movie star. He came in to be a total weirdo in a tiny subplot that makes you laugh even more when you realize who he really is. Also worth noting that Norton wasn't the only Oscar nominee to pop up on Modern Family. Over the years, the series featured everyone from Elizabeth Banks to Nathan Lane, and even the legendary Shelley Long. But Norton's guest appearance remains one of the most talked about, especially because it connects 2 completely different worlds, heartfelt family comedy and the Marvel superhero universe. After his cameo, Norton's career took a different path. He continued to do serious films like Birdman and Motherless Brooklyn, and while Mark Ruffalo took over the role of Bruce Banner in the MCU, fans still love to joke about Norton's Hulk secretly crashing the Dunphy family party. Imagine if Phil Dunphy tried to sell him a house and accidentally made him angry. "Don't make me move. You wouldn't like me when moving the end." Edward Norton's Modern Family cameo is one of those hidden treasures that perfectly captures the magic of the show. It's fun, unexpected, and just the right amount of weird. Everything that makes Modern Family the timeless sitcom we still love today. So next time you rewatch Modern Family, Keep your eyes peeled during that season 1 episode and see if you can spot Norton before your brain catches up. It's one of those moments that remind you just how many incredible talents passed through the Dunphy household over the years. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more TV secrets, and comment below. Did you remember Edward Norton's cameo? Or did we just blow your mind? Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and if you thought Edward Norton's cameo on Modern Family was wild, wait till you hear this one. Because today, we're revealing another forgotten gem from the early seasons, a future comedy superstar who shared the screen with the Dunphys long before he became one of Hollywood's biggest names. Yes, believe it or not, Kevin Hart, the stand-up legend, box office king, and one of the funniest men alive, actually appeared on Modern Family. And here's the craziest part. Almost nobody remembers it. Let's rewind all the way back to season 3, episode 11, the episode titled Planes, Trains, and Cars. This was the one where Phil Dunphy was having one of his classic midlife crises. Remember how he impulsively bought a sports car without telling Claire? Yep, that one. And right in the middle of all the chaos, Phil meets his new neighbor, Andre, played by none other than Kevin Hart. At the time, Kevin wasn't yet the global comedy icon we know today. He was still rising in fame after Think Like a Man and his stand-up specials. But even in his short Modern Family appearance, you can instantly see that spark, that unstoppable comedic timing that would make him a superstar. Andre and Phil's chemistry was pure gold. Phil, being the overly friendly, slightly naive guy he is, instantly bonds with Andre over their shared love for cars. The two of them act like teenagers, driving around the neighborhood, laughing, and basically ignoring adult responsibilities. That there's one scene where Andre convinces Phil to take a spin in his flashy car, and they both end up getting in trouble. Classic Phil move, right? It's the kind of hilarious, everyday chaos that Modern Family nailed perfectly. And Kevin Hart's energy in that episode just elevates it even more. To what's so cool about this cameo is how normal it feels. You're just watching this funny guy being Phil's neighbor. But when you rewatch it now, knowing who Kevin Hart is, it hits completely different. It's like watching a hidden time capsule of comedy history. Back then, Kevin wasn't yet headlining movies like Jumanji, Ride Along, or Central Intelligence. But the charisma, the deliver was all already there. You can literally see the beginnings of the Kevin Hart we all love. Today, fans often forget this appearance because it happened before his big breakout years. When people talk about Modern Family's guest stars, they usually mention Nathan Lane, Elizabeth Banks, or Edward Norton, but rarely Kevin Hart. Yet his episode remains one of the most charming and underrated cameos of the entire series. Fun fact, Kevin Hart actually improvised a lot of his lines during that episode. According to interviews, the cast said he was constantly making everyone laugh behind the scenes. Ty Burrell, who plays Phil, even joked that he had a hard time staying in character because Kevin's delivery was just too funny. That's the beauty of Modern Family. It wasn't just about the main cast. It was a platform where all kinds of talented actors got a chance to shine, even if just for a single episode. And years later, when fans rewatch it, they're like, wait a minute, is that? And it doesn't stop there. Kevin's character, Andre, was actually supposed to come back for more episodes, but his schedule got too packed with stand-up tours and new film offers. Just imagine how amazing it would have been if Andre had become Phil's recurring buddy throughout the series. Pure comedy gold. Even without returning, Kevin's brief cameo left a lasting impression. It perfectly captures that early 2010s vibe when Modern Family was at its peak. Funny, relatable, and full of surprise guest appearances that made every episode feel fresh. And honestly, watching Kevin Hart and Ty Burrell riff off each other is a treat. You've got two masters of awkward, lovable comedy doing what they do best, and it totally works. So if you're rewatching Modern Family, do yourself a favor. Go check out season 3, episode 11, Planes, Trains, and Cars. You'll see Kevin Hart before the fame, before the blockbuster movies, just doing what he does best, making everyone around him laugh. Another perfect reminder that Modern Family wasn't just a show. It was a time capsule of early 21st century comedy, capturing so many amazing actors right before they hit superstardom. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode of Hidden Cameos. If you love discovering another secret star from the Modern Family universe, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and drop a comment below. Who do you want us to cover next? Maybe Lin-Manuel Miranda, Elizabeth Banks, or even Nathan Fillion in today's episode. We're going way back to a time before Hamilton, before Broadway stardom, and before worldwide fame, when Lin-Manuel Miranda made a totally unexpected appearance on Modern Family. Yes, you heard that right. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the genius behind Hamilton and In the Heights, actually popped up in an early Modern Family episode. Long before anyone knew he was going to change musical theater forever. Let's rewind to Season 2, Episode 22, titled Good Cop, Bad Dog. In that episode, Jay and Gloria are having one of their typical family disagreements. Claire and Phil are trying to handle a mess at home. And somewhere in between, Mitchell and Cameron run into an overly enthusiastic guy with a unique business idea. That guy? Yup, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He plays Guillermo, a friendly, slightly desperate entrepreneur who shows up at Jay's closet company with a wild idea, a line of dog exercise equipment called Doggy Dojo. The scene is pure comedy gold. Guillermo passionately tries to convince Jay that dogs need a place to work out, pitching treadmills and mini punching bags for pets. Jay, of course, looks completely unimpressed, while Gloria tries to be polite. Watching it now, knowing that Guillermo is actually Lin-Manuel Miranda, makes the whole thing 10 times funnier. His nervous energy, his quick delivery, and that spark in his eyes, it's like you're watching a genius before his big break. At the time, Miranda wasn't yet a global name. He'd written In the Heights, but Hamilton was still years away. He was doing small acting gigs, writing songs, and appearing on shows like House, Do No Harm, and yes, Modern Family. Fact, this cameo is one of his first mainstream appearances. And even though he's only in one scene, Lin completely steals the spotlight. His performance feels so authentic, so naturally funny, that even Ed O'Neill, Jay, reportedly broke character during filming because he couldn't stop laughing. It's one of those cameos that perfectly represents Modern Family's magic. The show had such a talent for finding unique actors, even before they became stars. Just like Edward Norton and Kevin Hart, Lin-Manuel Miranda's appearance became one of those wait, what? Moments fans rediscover years later. Now, imagine watching that episode back in 2011 and then seeing the same guy years later performing My Shot on Broadway and winning every award possible. Wild. What's even more incredible is how the cameo kind of predicts his future. In Modern Family, Guillermo passionately sells an impossible dream. And in real life, Lin-Manuel did exactly that. He convinced the entire world that a hip-hop musical about American history could actually work. Talk about art imitating. Fans recently rediscovered this episode after Hamilton exploded in popularity on Disney+. Clips of Lin scenes started trending again, with people commenting, OMG, Lin-Manuel Miranda was in Modern Family. How did it's also one of those performances that shows how confident he already was, even as a newcomer. You can tell he knew exactly how to balance comedy and charm, a skill that would later make him unstoppable. And here's another fun detail. The show's creators later said that Lin's energy on set was infectious. Even though it was just a small cameo, everyone could tell he had something special. One of the producers joked, that guy's going places. And wow, was that ever true? After Modern Family, Lin went on to conquer Broadway, Hollywood, and even Disney animation with Encanto. But this tiny appearance remains a sweet little Easter egg for fans who love catching stars before they became legends. So next time you binge Modern Family, pay close attention to that Season 2 episode Good Cop, Bad Dog. When you see Guillermo pitching his Doggy Dojo, remember, that's not just some random actor. That's a future EGOT winner. The man who redefined modern musical theater. Another reminder that Modern Family didn't just give us laughter. It gave us a front row seat to watch greatness before it happened. And that's why Lin-Manuel Miranda's cameo deserves the title of Modern Family's most surprising guest star ever. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Hidden Cameos. If you enjoyed discovering this secret, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden Hollywood gems, and tell us in the comments, which cameo shocked you the most so far? Edward Norton, Kevin Hart, or Lin-Manuel Miranda? And stay tuned, because in part 4, we're revealing another mind-blowing surprise, a modern family cameo from an actor who later joined the Avengers. Scene is pure comedy gold. Guillermo passionately tries to convince Jay that dogs need a place to work out, pitching treadmills and mini punching bags for pets. Jay, of course, looks completely unimpressed, while Gloria tries to be polite. Watching it now, knowing that Guillermo is actually Lin-Manuel Miranda, makes the whole thing 10 times funnier. His nervous energy, his quick delivery, and that spark in his eyes, it's like you're watching a genius before his big break. At the time, Miranda wasn't yet a glowing in the heights, but Hamilton was still years away. He was doing small acting gigs, writing songs, and appearing on shows.